Hello there and welcome back to my channel. So for those of you who have never been here before, welcome. And for those of you who have been here before and you came back, welcome back. So today's gist is just going to be on pretty much what my past year has been. And that is about trying to find balance, so finding balance between everything that is happening. So for me, my life is pretty hectic. I guess in comparison to others, it's not as bad. But for me, I feel like I am a pretty busy person. So I have my main job, which is it's not like your typical 9 to 5. My hours are from 7:30 to 5, or well, it depends on when you start. But at the end of the day, it's 44 hours you're working in a week, and where I work is far from where I live, so I also lose time commuting to and from home. So by the time I get to work and stuff like that, and then I go through the entire day, which doesn't really end at the time that it's supposed to because of the amount of work that it entails. By the time I do that and then I come back on the road, I go through the commute again, I've lost a lot of my day. And then you have to come home and you do your daily chores or whatever your routine is. On occasion you have to cook, on occasion you don't. Sometimes there's laundry that needs to be done, sometimes you need to tidy up the house. So there's like various chores that need to be done at the end of that day. And then on top of that, being an entrepreneur, there's orders, and you need to dedicate time to that. And most importantly, out of the entire day, you need to spend time with your family. So yeah, there's a lot of things that happen in the average day. So basically my discussion today is going to be just how I try to balance everything. I'm not professing that I balance everything well, but I would say that in comparison to the beginning of the year, I feel a little bit more competent in how I go about my day to day. And then I can see how I've grown when I look back at how I was in January to now. Things that I was doing that was like, oh my god, like it's not happening to me. How am I gonna balance everything? I feel so overwhelmed. It's not like I either have gained capacity to do it faster, or I've just learned different tricks to just make it more effective, and obviously then I don't feel the effects of it as much. So with all of that said, first thing I'm going to recommend to everyone is that you get a to-do planner, book, agenda. Like they come in many different shapes, forms, and fashions. This one is just a basic notebook. So yeah, there we go. Notebook is just a 60 sheet notebook. What I like about it is a dot grid paper book, so it isn't very limiting in terms of, okay, you must write your stuff here. If I had an idea for created, I can sketch it in this book or whatever, like whatever comes to mind, I can write in it. I mean, you can use your phone and stuff too, but just me personally, I'm kind of kinetic in how I do things in terms of retention as well. Like if I write it, if I physically write it, it tends to stick in my brain a little bit more that, oh, I need to do this. So yeah, getting a planner that you can actually just write the things that you need to do to make sure that you don't lose track of it. That is one thing that I would definitely recommend. This one is pretty. This one is for Created. So I thought the cover would be quite fitting. Yeah. So then it just has tabs inside. I'll show you a tab that I haven't written in yet. So yeah. So basically, I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but it just has a very light grid to it. It's yellow, so it might not be that visible to you. And I use this book for multiple purposes. So each week, as I get orders and stuff, I write that to make sure that I keep on top of orders, and then just anything in general related to Created. And I have a bunch of different books like this. There are different shapes, forms, and fashions. As small ones that I keep in my car. And then any chance I'm just not close to a book, I will just write it on a piece of paper until I can transfer it, or I can just put it in my phone. There's a calendar app I use, also just Samsung Notes to do a lot of different things. So yeah, to do this, just make sure that you stay organized and on top of everything. Another thing I would recommend for just trying to maintain balance is actually just taking time for yourself. It might seem contradictory to you, it's like, oh my god, you're talking about being able to do everything and you're taking away time that you could be doing something else. But you're not going to function at full capacity if you're overwhelmed. And I'm telling you this from my experience. I remember there was a time when I was in school that I was just going every single day. I think I was sleeping like 1 to 2 hours a day, and by the end of that week, like the breakdown that I had mentally, physically, like it was awful. I'd never felt so sick in my life, and like I wasn't really eating as well. So that brings me to another point of just holistic balance. You need to make sure that you are taking care of your body. As I say this to you, I'm saying this to myself. If there's one thing that I've learned this year that I really need to improve on is wellness, being aware of my wellness, whether it be in terms of what I eat, because I'm on the road so much. I don't really tend to eat the way that I should. I mean, I already don't like a lot of different foods, if I'm being completely honest with you. But just having like either like a structured meal plan or like packing lunches and stuff, not only will it help you in terms of cost, but it will just help you to be a little bit more organized as well. The next thing that I would recommend is that you take time, no matter how busy you are. You take time to have with God. This is something that I'm definitely really trying to improve on. Like proper devotions. Right now, I would say my majority of my prayer time will be in the car, because I spend so much time on the road. Whatever works for you, just do that. But having time with God gives you this other peace and gives you a moment to actually just step back and analyze everything that you have to do as well, and gives you an opportunity to get wisdom from Him, as in, how do I go about this week, especially if you lead a life like we have, where we are very busy in ministry, so we end up having a lot of different rehearsals or sound checks or stuff like that during the week as well. When you go to church in a different city and you live in another city and you go to work in another city, you tend to lose a lot of time to commuting, and so like really having structure in our lives helps us a lot, honestly. So we've talked about actually just doing to-do lists, so making like actually tracking what you need to do. We've talked about that. We've talked about actually taking care of ourselves, so just being more aware, taking a step back to just feel better. when you're not as heavy with information, you're able to actually just process things a little better. So just taking time for yourself to take a break sometimes. Burnout is not good. It is not good at all. So do that as well. And then also just taking time with that and within that whole wellness thing to make sure that you meal plan properly and you also take time to commune with God. Yeah, so that is what I've learned thus far for living a balanced life. As you go through life, you realize that things that you used to take like an hour to do or whatever might only take you 45 minutes or 30 minutes, and then you start to be a little bit more efficient. So then it's not as hard as it was before. You find that you get a little bit more time, but start with just figuring out exactly what it is that you need to do in that week. So whether it's that you do like a structured schedule, okay, at 9 o'clock I'm going to do this, at 10 o'clock I'm going to do that. Even with our launch, when we were doing our rebranding, having a schedule of we're going to do this day, this day, this day, this day, that really helped us to stay on schedule and helped us not to lose our minds as we were getting ready to launch. So that's all I really have for you today in terms of balance. And while I have you guys, don't forget to check out my website. I'm going to leave the link below. We have a bunch of different cake toppers that we're selling. We do a lot of custom stuff. So anything that you want, just send a request to createdbythalia@gmail.com, or you could just do an inquiry on our website as well. So here's an example. This one doesn't have the sticks, but like they come with bowls so that you can stick them in your cake. Or they're actually bigger versions. So it's as detailed as you guys want it. So we can also do something more like this that's a little bit more freestanding, and you just stick like this part into the cake itself, and it will take the entire top of the cake. This is a sample from a bumblebee inspired baby shower. Yeah. So we have a lot of different options in terms of our cardstock. If you ever need a little bit more time to actually look into what you need, feel free to just send us an email to book a consultation, and we will go through all the different options that suit your needs. So yeah, as you can see, we have a lot of different options. On the note of products, Christmas is coming up, and with that means that there's going to be Christmas stock. So keep watching this space, because we're going to launch our custom cards very soon, and we're also introducing prints. So that means that you can have prints for your shirts, your onesies, anything at all we can print for you. So keep watching this space. Contact Created by Thalia for all of your graphic design needs, for your printing, for weddings, birthday parties, anniversaries, anything you name it, we can do it for you. Here are my details. I'm also going to leave at the end of this video. So that's it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments. Any inquiries, createdbythalia@gmail.com. Thank you so much for joining me today. Have a great week. Bye.